Vice President Joe Biden and his wife, too. I want to leave his wife out. All right.
Hey everybody, how are you? Thanks for letting us be with you today. You know, today for most Americans is a day off, but labor remembers why we have this day. We have this day because you fought to make sure everybody has certain rights. And one of them that unions accomplished was Labor Day. There's a reason why. There's a reason why we have a middle class. It's because of unions. You built it. You built the middle class. That's not hyperbole, that's a fact. In the meantime, what's happened is the last 15, 20 years there's been a war on labor's house. But all of a sudden, average people who never thought themselves needing a union, being no part of a union, actually being convinced that unions were sometimes part of the problem, all of a sudden they're figuring out that they're in trouble. People who never belonged to a union finding out that they're losing overtime pay because they're being classified as not hourly workers but as management. Last year, there was over $1 billion in lost wages for 4 million people in the workforce who weren't members of unions, but because they were entitled to overtime under the law, they were denied it because they were in fact reclassified. You have thousands and thousands of people, 40% of the people in America are out there having to sign a non-compete agreement, saying that if they work for McDonald's, they won't go across town and try to get 10 cents more working for Arby's or working for anybody else. That's nothing about anything other than trying to suppress wages. All of a sudden, people are figuring out, and you figured it out here in Iowa. This legislature and its governor has really tried to crush you. The idea of collective bargaining not being an absolute right is absolutely wrong. It's simply wrong. And that goes for all workers. So folks, look, I'm not going to take any more of your time, but here's the deal. I have a record, I think if you take a look at it, I don't think anybody running has ever been more supportive of labor than I have been my whole career. There's no expression back where I come from. You're all the ones that brung me the dance. That's how I got elected by organized labor. That's not a joke. And there's a slogan back home, labor votes for Biden and Biden votes for labor. And folks, I promise you, if I end up being your nominee and win this election, you will never have a better friend in the White House than Joe Biden for unions. I know how to say the word. So folks, we're coming back. Labor's coming back. Unions are coming back. Keep the faith and don't forget, you built the middle class. Period. Period. End of sentence. Thank you.